live stream. Here we go. Ready, set, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 7, go. Okay. I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about law of attraction, and I've been thinking about faith, both of those things and how they relate. There's a ladybug crawling on my window. I also sometimes believe that things happen in the world to highlight a certain moment. Like sometimes I think you hear a siren because, it's like, okay, pay attention right now. Something important is happening. And right now there's a ladybug crawling around. So there you go. Go with the flow. And that it was the flow. Here we go. Faith, law of attraction. Because I was having a conversation recently and it prompted these thoughts. I'll define law of attraction. It's a buzzword right now. It's a cultural phenomenon, but I think it's misunderstood sometimes. How do you define law of attraction? I suppose it's your ability to manifest who you are and how you live and what your life is, the external circumstances of your life based on your internal state of being. Just a quick overview of the way that I view it. I mean, I don't think it's just like you think about something and you get it. I think it's a requisite to attract anything that you're in a really profound emotional state, that you feel up, that you feel good in a positive emotional state. You have a very specific, definite image of what you want. You experience it and you also act on it. It's of the utmost importance. I mean, I think that's the difference between, just thinking and wishing and then making something happen. And something that I think is also of the utmost importance, in fact, that is integral, is persistence. Is a philosophy of persistence, relentless persistence. That no matter what happens, you're going to persist, you're going to continue, you're going to endure, and you're going to find yourself in the place that you've manifested and created eventually. And that's the thing, you got to view it like a marathon. You have to view it in the long run, in the macro, because that's how these things exist. Your life is macro. It's not this moment right here. Law of attraction is not saying that you can control the world exactly to your wishes in this specific instance. I mean, that would be God power, to be able to control everything. That's the beauty of life, is that it comes to us and it teaches us lessons. It surprises us. It brings us situations that we didn't anticipate, and we can learn from that. It brings us obstacles that you can always view as opportunities. You must consistently view as opportunities. And here's the thing. This is not just the case for actors, but it is applicable for actors, because there's a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of heartbreak in just ingrained in the nature of auditioning and really wanting something and then not getting it, and then that, and then having attached to that thing and then really questioning. I mean, I think that it can make you, this industry, this profession, and life in general can really make you question question things, question yourself. But I don't think it has to. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's an accidental byproduct of mental framework that's not conducive to you enduring and lasting and succeeding. I think that, this is trippy. I can see my own delay. I won't look at myself. So it's necessary to have the mentality that I will endure. Whatever it takes, however long it takes, I'm going to make it happen. It's going to happen. And that means that sometimes you might be heartbroken. Sometimes you might experience a quote-unquote failure. And you have to persist. You learn from that and you persist. You endure. That's it. And there'll be times when you think something's right. You think the universe is telling you, this could be applicable for romances. It could be applicable for career, friendships, anything, where you are like, oh, I feel it. The universe is telling me something. It's communicating with me. There's all these synchronicities. Everything is, the universe is conspiring at this moment to bring me this specific thing, and you attach to that thing. First of all, the universe probably is conspiring to tell you something. Maybe it's telling you you're on the right path. I mean, that's the thing, is like hindsight's clear. But it's hindsight where we see the path and we see that everything happened for a reason, which again, I really believe you have to believe, because it gives you purpose and direction. But there are times when you feel like this is right. I can remember auditions where I was younger, and it was so exciting, and I'm getting positive feedback, from my agents, from like the casting after, and I'm like, yes, this is right. This is it. I know that I'm ready, and I know that this is the thing. And then sometimes that thing doesn't happen. And then you continue, and you persist, and you keep working, and you keep growing, and then it does happen. And when it happens, you're like, oh, I get it. I get why it happened now, because now I'm ready. It happens when you're ready. The difficult thing sometimes to reconcile is that sometimes you feel like you're ready and you're not. I don't know you. I'm not speaking to you specifically. I'm not saying you're not. In fact, I think it's always important to believe that you are ready, because it's a big part of big part of being ready is just the confidence that you are, and you are ready. I know that. So I also want to redefine failure, because I feel like we have a kind of messed up definition of it right now in our society. I'm not sure if it's just contemporary, maybe it always has been, but I think that we can redefine it, and I think it's the way you have to look at failure and success. I don't think failure and success are two polar opposite end results. I don't think they're results. Success is a result. But I don't believe that failure is an end result. I feel like failure is, first of all, just a forced opportunity to learn. And it's a temporary occurrence on your path to success. I think that's how you should view failure. Because then you don't have fear of failure. That's not the be-all, end-all. That's not the answer to the question that you posed. And the answer is failure. No. Failure is a temporary occurrence that forces learning on the path to success. If you persist through failure, you learn whatever lesson you needed to learn, and you find success. So don't think of failure as an end. It's not the opposite of success. It's on the path to success. Okay, so there's that. And now to speak to the idea that like sometimes you might be heartbroken. You might have felt attached to something, someone, and thought it was the thing, the right thing, the moment, whatever, the what's meant to be. And then sometimes it falls through. And what do you do there? Here's what you do. You maintain faith and self-belief. And this all comes from all of these mentalities where you're like, okay, this is on my path to success. And you in fact unconditionally maintain faith. That's it. And I'm not talking about religious faith, non-denominational faith. Faith in yourself. Faith that good will come. Faith that you are on the right path, that you're doing what you need to be doing. If you don't feel like you're on the right path, you have to find your path. And you do that by jumping between paths and finding what speaks to you. And having a why. This is the other thing I've been thinking a lot about recently. A why. You need multiple whys. Why are you doing this? And if it's like, I'm doing this for me, if that's your answer, first of all, it's not even a wrong answer. I don't really believe in wrong answers. But I think a why that incorporates service for other people. In fact, infinite service for other people, meaning something that you can't ever fulfill. If you're like, my why is I want to donate $10,000 to this charity. Well, okay, and then you accomplish that, and then what? You need something that's going to keep you going forever. And it's your why is fulfilling your potential in service of the community or the world. That never ends. You can always make people's lives better. There's always darkness you can shed light on. If it's an infinite why, and something that gets you going, something emotional, if you're an emotional person, you need to be able to use your emotions. In situations where it's difficult, if you have a strong why that drives you, that makes you emotional, where you feel something, where you feel it, that drives you. And if it's just you, the problem with if it's just you is that, you could think to yourself, well, if I'm doing this for me and I would rather not endure this or go hard here, then you can kind of negotiate yourself away from pushing through. But if your why is greater than you, then it's gonna outweigh the personal pain that you feel in whatever moment. It's gonna keep pushing you. Hello, I see you all. So that why is also important, because then in moments when you feel down or you feel defeated, it's going to get you up. It's going to, you can keep pushing, if you allow yourself to be your angel on your bootstraps, meaning you pick yourself up by the bootstraps because you have to, because there's a why. There's something much more important than you and much more important than this pain and this heartbreak. Hello. That's driving you to keep going. So with regards to law of attraction, I just wanted to reframe what I think is a positive mentality around that, which is that it sometimes, okay, first of all, I believe that you should think that it's going to happen right now, instantaneously. I think you should believe that. You believe I'm ready, I'm here, it's happening. But also keep the macro view. Keep the macro view. So if you have to persist, if you have to endure, you do it with faith and positivity and self-belief. Because, like I said, failure isn't an end goal. It's temporary. It's something on the path to success. That's what I'm saying. Now, not to summarize, I feel like there was a single point that I was driving at, and I want to communicate that clearly. I want to communicate, especially with regards to a freelance profession like acting or something creative, or really anything where you're freelance. It's a long run, and you just have to endure, and you have to endure with faith. And so if you feel heartbroken about something, if you thought this was the thing, just realize that it will all make sense in hindsight. Whatever happened here was meant to have happened on your path to where you're going. But keep believing. You have to separate your view. One other little tangent. When I say you have to, all of this is personal. All of this advice is just what works that I've experienced. Take or leave what you will. Take what works for you, leave what doesn't. Try to often, my philosophy is absorb things with an open mind and an open heart, and then discern for yourself what works for you and what doesn't. But this I feel very passionate about, so I hope you'll at least consider the fact that sometimes it will be difficult, and sometimes you will be heartbroken, and you'll be knocked down, and you'll have thought everything was leading to this one thing, and if that thing doesn't happen, then you question. And I think that's the pivotal moment. Don't question. It's easy to question because it's easy to lose sight of what that moment means. If you think that that's failure, if you think that everything was leading to this moment and it didn't happen, and that's a final answer, like shit, like that's it, then you can question. You can question, did I do it? What am I good enough, this or that? You can let self-doubt in. Don't let self-doubt in. If you're going to question, and what you probably should question is, what do I need to learn from this? When you mine this opportunity for something that you learn, then take it and run with it. And this is important with faith. Never lose self-belief. Realize that you are who you need to be. You are a unique, special person that's going to contribute something unique and special to the world and profound, and that you can make a difference. Like, we laugh at people who say they want to make the world a better place. I want to make the world a better place. And I know you probably do too. But we think it's naive. Fuck that. Someone thinks it's naive, or someone says, oh, that's the mark of, just over innocence or youth. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I know people who are making the world a better place. People do it. I'm going to do it. Do you want to do it? Good. So that's it. In moments of heartbreak, you persist, you endure. It has nothing to do with your quality of manifestation, anything like that. It's a part of the process. A part of the process is you endure. You keep going. Because that's how you find success. When you say, no, I'm never going to stop. I am doing this, and I'm doing it right, and I'm learning every day, and I'm growing. And I will find where I need to be. I will create where I need to be. I am the person I need to be, and I will continue to grow. There you go. That's it. But that's the mentality. That's how I feel. So I talk about law of attraction, I talk about faith. I think that's what it is. You just have faith in your persistence. You earn your faith by committing to yourself that you're not going to quit. You're good enough. Don't look for evidence if you're good enough or not good enough. That's insane. That's ridiculous. It's impossible to discern for yourself. You can't look at yourself objectively. You're good enough. And you'll continue to grow. So if that's how you are, if you're confident and you continue to grow and you never quit, that's it. That's it. That's all you need. And you will become the person. In fact, you are the person you need to become, and you will live the life that you know you need to lead. Again, have that why. It drives you. So that's it. Just recognize that you don't, and that's where faith comes in again. You don't know. You don't know the path you need to take. You just know that you're going to keep taking it till you get there. So don't question whether or not you're going to get there. Question, what do I need to learn from this? It's so tempting to be like, fuck, that was right. That was right. If it was right, it would have happened. And it will be right. And it will happen. Definitely. And lead with love. Lead from here. Go from there. And get riled up. If you're an emotional person, use that shit. Okay, good. Beautiful.